Kami turun padang, semua dungu berpenunggu. Kami inspirasi sebab itu mereka tiru. Guru kami lain, kualiti nombor 1. Bukan macam tempat tu, asal ke tempat penuh beribu holistik. Ya dulu kami seorang pakai, lepas kami pakai bersih pas semua nak pakai. Kualiti kelas pertama, yuran kami tak masuk akal. Mari join sekali, pasti suka kami tak sangkal. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Yang cukup. Silakan.
10 sebab
10
seronok sebab cikgu bagi step by step, saya boleh faham.
Silakan.
Saya boleh bagi rate 10 per 10 lah. Okay. Ni bukan sebagai apa, ni bukan pasangan.
We trust to help me level up. Cheer up, Lahazon, we believe our grade will be increased. Stand up with a holistic approach. We sure they are great coach. Chill up, do the best, be the best, who the best, we're the best. Hey up, listen up, wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about your study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Mereka dapat terangkan tajuk yang sukar untuk dipelajari oleh pelajar-pelajar. Terang sampai dapat. Itulah yang paling bagus di Lahazon.
Lahazon terbaik.
Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to all of my viewers for today's class. Okay, so now, before we start, I would like to tell you a little bit more about what are we going to learn or explore today. So the first thing first, we are going to talk about or learn, something that related to your paper to PT3. All right. So this is for Form 1 until Form 3. Okay. What should you write on paper 2, part 2? All right. So without wasting our time, let me share the screen first. All right. Okay, so today we are going to explore more about notes expansion. So I already gave you their topic, which is the danger of online gambling. Right. So, as you all know, notes expansion appears in part 2, paper 2, English examination. You'll be given a visual organizers, pictures of short notes. You have to write an essay based on the stimulus in about 120 words, and the question is worth 20 marks. You are advised to spend approximately 35 minutes on this question. So remember, notes expansion is actually in your paper 2, part 2. Okay. As for part 1, you are going to answer about short communication message. Short communicative message. For example, email, letters. Okay, there will be informal and formal letter, informal and formal email. But technically, what I can see that you have to focus more on writing an email. Okay, informal email based on the question that your friends already answer. All right. So you have to focus more on that on part 1, paper 2. But today we are going to explore more about part 2, paper 2, which is note suspension. Okay, so this will be the brief explanation about note suspension. Yeah, you will be given a visual organizers, pictures, or short notes. Okay, so remember that. Okay, visual organizer, pictures, and or short notes. Okay, for example, maybe it can give you some procedure on making fried rice. Okay, there will be a picture there, so you have to do what? You have to make an AC based on the instruction given. Okay, you have to make an AC. You make it into AC. Okay, how about the visual organizer? Maybe sorry, the question will be ask you will be giving you a, a a chart. Okay, a bar chart, a pie chart, and whatnot. Okay, so you have to write an AC given based on stimulus in about 120 words. Okay, 120 words. Okay, that would be the words. Okay, the final word that your the examiner gave you. Okay, you may write more than 20 more than 120 words. Okay, so the question is worth 20 marks. Okay, still okay, you get the same marks as your paper one. Paper 2 part 2. Okay, 20 marks. You are advised to spend approximately 35 minutes on this question. Okay, why? Okay, this is actually it is just a time allocated for you to answer this question. Okay, 35 minutes, because what? Okay, this would be the time that you have to focus more on rather than part one, because part one you only have to write not more for about 80 words only, but for this section part two you have to write, okay, in about 120 words. Okay, so you have to be more focused on this part. Okay, because you have to have a longer AC. All right. So in order to score a good marks for the EC, you should first read and understand the question. Okay, you have to read and understand the question. Right? Read through the notes or stimulus and get a general idea and understand well the notes which you have to expand. Find out which format are you required to use to write the composition and whether you are allowed to add in information that is not given in the notes. Okay, sometimes you have to use all of the notes given. Notes means stimulus. Okay, stimulus means notes. Okay, so so for example, okay, if the question asks you, okay, to write an AC about how to make a fried rice, okay, based on the procedure given, okay, so you have to put, okay, to put the main point, okay, based on the stimulus given, and then you may add on your information, okay, to make your sentence coherent or cohesive. All right, so moving on to the next tip, which is tip number 2: develop and expand the idea. Okay, you have to try, okay, to associate the words with one another. Okay, decide on the tense that you should use and try to make full sentences based on the notes given. Make use of WH question such as where, why, when, what, who, and how to help you elaborate on the note given. Okay, what I can see that, okay, you have to expand the ideas based on the stimulus given. Okay, for example, okay, I given you examples of fried rice again. The procedure on how to make a fried rice. You have to make a question. Beef, okay, make a question like, where should I put? Okay, where should I put this? Okay, when should I cook the egg? Okay, what should I put? Okay, besides salt. Okay, who should I serve this fried rice? Okay, and how many or how much does we have to put the salt into the fried rice? Okay, that would be the examples. Okay, So on how to use WH question. Okay, for some people, okay, the teachers ask teach them, okay, about WH question like this. Okay, five wife and one husband. Okay, it is still same. Okay, WH question. Okay, so try to make full sentences. Okay, please remember, yeah, you have to make an essay. So if you want to make an essay, you have to have a full sentence. All right. So decide on the tense. Okay, please remember, yeah, if you want to use past tense, remember you have to use all of the sentence in past tense. Okay, uh, except for a few situation that you have to use present tense, and yes, you are allowed to do so. Okay, try to associate the words with one another. Okay, please make it logic, yeah, because you cannot jumble out the words or the sentence, okay, to make a good essay. Okay, that's not the way that you want to do. All right, so that will be the explanation on what is actually how to develop or expand the ideas. Okay, that will be the tips number 2. Okay, moving on to tips number 3. Write coherently. Okay, make sure that your AC consists of an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Use sentence connectors to link the ideas. Okay, please remember to use the connectors. For example, besides, furthermore, in addition. Okay, that will be the examples of connectors. Okay, additional points or ideas should be relevant to the text or notes given. Okay, if you want to make your AC coherent, okay, you have to think of the relevance of your ideas, okay, or additional points. Is it suitable for me to put there, or I don't have to put there? Okay, maybe some of you are actually afraid of making your AC shorter. Okay, because you are tend to make a mistakes. Okay, never mind. Okay, if you think that your idea is actually related to the point or the stimulus given, you may write it down. Okay, it's actually good for your marks for elaboration of your AC. Right, so next, complete your writing within the given frame. Okay, ensure that you allocate sufficient time to write and edit your essay. Make sure you use all the words or phrases given appropriately. Okay, read through to check for any spelling, punctuation, or grammar mistakes. Okay, this is basic thing that you have to know. Okay, that's why we give you time allocation for you to finish the essay. At the same time, you have to check, okay, if it is you have any spelling error or punctuation error or grammatical mistakes. Okay, because once you do that, okay, you will prevent to make a silly mistake. Okay, so that's why you have to check. Please remember to check. Okay, do not be so confident with your essay. Okay, we are not robot, we make mistakes sometimes. Okay, so you have to check. All right, make sure you use all the words or phrases given appropriately. Means you have to make it understandable and logic. Okay, ensure that you allocate sufficient time to write and edit your essay. Still remember how many minutes that we give you to finish this essay, this part 2? Okay, 35 minutes. All right, 35 minutes. Okay, now let's take a look at actually what type of essay, okay, that will be given to on notes expansion. The first one will be formal letters. Okay, formal letters are usually written for formal requests to the principal for seeking permission or from a guardian and to respond to any issues. Graph and charts. Graph and charts are visual that shows relationship between data and are intended to display the data in a way that is easy to understand and remember. Opinion. An opinion is a personal judgment, thought, or belief. Process and procedure. A series of action or steps taken in order to achieve a particular end. Okay. All right, let's take a look at this one. Okay, speeches and talk. A formal talk given usually to a large number of people on a special occasion. Okay, let's take a look at this question. Okay, part 2. You should spend about 35 minutes on this part. In your class, you have been talking about the dangers of online gambling. In about 120 words, write an essay about the danger of online gambling. You may use the notes below to help you. Okay, this would be the examples. All right. Okay. You cannot see the slide, right? Okay. I hope that you can see the slide now. Okay. Okay. So the dangers of online gambling: borrow money, depression or anxiety, aggressive, poor grades, absent from school, break the law, irregular sleeping patterns. Okay, this would be the stimulus for you, okay, to answer this question. The dangers of online gambling. All right, let's take a look at introduction. Introductory paragraph. Okay, you have to give your general idea about online gambling. What is the meaning or not meaning? How can you define the word online gambling? Okay, and you can put also, is online gambling good for teenagers? Okay, and end your essay with the topic given. All right, this would be the example. Online gambling is a serious threat to teenagers. If not curbed, it can lead to dire consequences. Okay, now I want to ask you, what is the meaning of curb and dire? Okay, it's actually these two words are actually important for you to know. Okay, because you can get extra points for your communicative achievement. All right, your CA. All right, so now, do you have any idea what is curb and dire? What do you think the meaning of these two words? Curb and dire. Okay, it's actually a negative word. Okay, these two words are actually related to negative words, not negative words. I would say negative effect. Okay, do you have any ideas? Okay, you can share me your answer. Okay, on the comment section below. Okay, so don't remember. Please remember to do that. Okay, now let's reveal the answer. Okay, curb. Curb is to control or limit something that is not wanted. Okay, and dire is very serious or extreme. Okay, so that would be the meaning of curb and also dire. So you can use these two words, okay, in your essay later. Okay. So now let's take a look at this one. So I give you chance to make your own introductory paragraph. All right. Later you can give your answer, okay, on the comment section. Don't worry, we can take a look at your answer and check your grammatical mistake. Okay. Now, so let's moving on to body paragraph. All right. Teenagers can easily access online gambling sites on their smartphones. They can gamble anytime and anywhere. If they have access to their parents' credit cards, they can lie about their age and proceed to gamble without question. This in itself already breaking the law. Okay? So this would be the explanation on body paragraph 1. All right. Okay, wait. Something is missing here. Okay, this is actually not a perfect paragraph. So how to make it more perfect, more suitable to give you 5 marks for this body paragraph? Do you have any ideas on how to do that? Hmm. You have any ideas? Okay, teenagers can easily access. Okay, the point is there, but it actually lack of something that really important. Okay, to show you that I'm sorry, to show the examiner that you are actually making a good essay. Okay, so you have to write, okay, connector. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Okay, there will be 6 type of connectors. Okay, the first one will be adding. So you can use and, as well as, moreover, furthermore, in addition to, on top of that. Another point is, okay, that would be the examples of adding. How about sequencing? Okay, you can use firstly, first of all, secondly, third, next, meanwhile, now, subsequently. Okay, so next is illustrating. For example, such as, for instance, in the case of, shown by, illustrated by. Take one example is, okay, how about comparing? So this would be the connector that you want to compare your first sentence and also your next sentence. Okay, so you can use the word similarly, likewise, as with, like, equally, in the same way. Okay, so how to qualify? Okay, or yeah, you want to qualify your sentence, you can use but, however, although, unless, except, apart from, as long as, if. And last but not least, if you want to contrast your point, okay, between the first sentence and also the next sentence, you can use whereas, alternatively, unlike, on the other hand, conversely, having said that, nevertheless, and also however. Okay, this would be the examples of connector that you can use, okay, to make your essay or paragraph coherently. All right. So moving on to body paragraph 2. With gamblers, they often borrow money from people in order to feed their habit. In addition, they have irregular sleeping pattern, depression or anxiety, which may lead them to turning aggressive. Students who addicted to gambling may show poor grades and are often absent from school. Okay, these would be the examples on how to elaborate your point, okay, for depression or anxiety. Right? So I want you to put connectors to this paragraph. Okay, can you do that? Okay, think of the connectors, the suitable connectors that you can put. Okay, in this paragraph. Okay, I've already give you the examples. Okay, maybe you can put other than in addition, you can put also furthermore. Okay, besides. Okay. So I gave you time to think of the connectors that you can use beside in addition. Maybe in the first sentence you can put secondly or moreover. Okay, moreover, with gamblers, they often borrow money from people in order to feed their habit. Okay, in addition, they have irregular sleeping patterns, depression or anxiety, which may lead them to turning aggressive. Okay, in fact, Students who are addicted to gambling may show poor grades and are often absent from school. Okay, so that will be the examples of putting connectors on a paragraph. All right, so I gave you time to make your own body paragraph. All right, so let's moving on to the conclusion. Okay, those who gamble online must realize the serious consequences of this habit. It is important that they give up this addiction so that they do not find themselves in more trouble. All right. So this would be the conclusion. So how to make it? Okay, to make it more effective for your conclusion, you have to put your hope regarding online gambling on this section. Okay, so that's why, okay, I put must realize. Okay, that would be the hope that you want to know. Okay, you want the people who are actually gamble online must realize the serious consequences of this habit. Okay, so you want them to open their eyes. Okay, realize that it is actually not good for their life and also health. Okay. So, okay, you can try to make your own paragraph at home. Okay, so this would be the things that you have to remember. Yeah. Okay, when you want to make a paragraph, an essay, you have to know that you can ask yourself, okay, whether you have a variety of statement, okay, sentence statement, are your tenses correct? Okay, this would be in your accurate grammar. Okay, please check your grammar, right? Is it my tenses are correct, or do I have a variety sentence statement, which means you have to have a complex sentence, okay, compound sentence or compound complex sentence. Okay, it's actually good for you to get an extra mark. Okay, moving on to cohesion of thoughts. Okay, you can ask yourself, okay, when you read your own essay, okay, to make a recheck, okay, you can ask whether a paragraph or ideas well elaborated and interesting. Does each paragraph contain main ideas? Have you linked one paragraph to another coherently? Okay, this is actually important, yeah. Okay, so last but not least, mechanic of writing. What is actually mechanic of writing? Okay, mechanic of writing actually, okay, it includes your punctuation, spelling, capitalization, okay, and also yeah, that one. Okay, punctuation, spelling, capitalization. Okay, so what is punctuation? It's like your comma, your full stop. Okay, um, your apostrophe. Okay, so spelling. Do you have any errors on spelling and whatnot? Okay, capitalization. Like the first, when you want to start your sentence, you have to put, okay, your bigger capitalize. You have to cap. Okay, you have to make a capitalization. Okay, if you want to start the sentence. All right. So I think that's all for today. Okay. So don't forget to like and share this live so that your friend can know how to answer paper 2 part 2, which is notes expansion. All right, so if you have anything or do you have any question, you can actually, okay, contact the number at the bottom, which is 016-223-68959. Okay, so that's it for today. I'm Miss Amira. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We see you again in the next session. Okay.
Kami turut padam, semua dungu berpenunggu. Kami inspirasi sebab itu mereka tiru. Guru kami lain, kualiti nombor 1. Bukan macam tempat tu asal ke tempat penuh beribu. Holistic. Ya dulu kami seorang pakai, lepas kami pakai bersepah semua nak pakai. Kualiti kelas pertama yuran kami tak masuk akal. Mari join sekali pasti suka kami tak sangkal. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Yang tersebut. Silakan.
10 sebab
10
seronok seronok sebab cikgu bagi step by step saya boleh faham.
Silakan.
Saya boleh bagi rate 10/10 lah. Okay. Ni bukan sebagai apa, ni bukan pasal
Thousand we trust to help me level up. Cheer up, Lahazon we believe our grade will be increased. Stand up with a holistic approach. We sure they are great coach. Chill up, do the best, be the best, who the best, we're the best. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up. Hey up, listen up, listen up. Wanna be a success student, remember about adab. Remember, inside kita, remember about you study, cause that way, only way, how you wanna level up.
Saya dapat terangkan tajuk yang sukar untuk dipelajari oleh pelajar-pelajar. Terang sampai dapat. Itulah yang paling bagus di dalam exam ni.
Lahazon terbaik.